Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. Please subscribe, give this video a thumbs up. For today's video, I'm going to be following this pictorial. I seen my first pictorial on Instagram the other day and I was so invested in it. I kept going through her Instagram, which I will leave down below. So she used the Jaclyn Hill palette with Morphe, which was their first one. And I will put the picture up with the first step that she said to do. And I'm picking up shade Buns and I'm putting that all over my crease and then blending up. Next, I'm taking the shade Chip and I'm blending that into my crease as well, but I'm not blending too much upward. I don't want to completely take away from the other shade that we used first. So I'm taking the shade Chip, which is a little bit darker, actually a lot darker, and I'm just blending that all into the crease just in windshield wiper motions. I think that's what everyone says this blending technique is, and super easy. Just keep doing it until I get the color payoff that I want. And she did say to just put this color in the crease, but I'm actually stamping it a little bit like on the outside corner of my eyelid, just because I feel like if you look at the picture, which I will post up here for you guys to compare or look at, it seems like she did. So that's what I did. Then I'm taking this dark green shade, which is Enchanted. And again, she says to put it in the crease. And then once I'm done doing that, I'm supposed to cut my crease. But I actually, stamped it again on the outside corner of my eyelid and then was going into the crease. Just because with super dark shades, I'm kind of super careful with them. I don't want to end up ruining the blending that I already did, but I feel like that kind of bit me in the butt in the end because then I didn't get it as green as she has her eye look. So my eye looks a little bit more blue in the end, and I really wanted to have it be green, but I think I just need to, not be so scared with those dark shades. Next, I'm going in with my Infallible concealer. Again, I use this one because it's the whitest concealer I actually have. And I'm placing that to cut my crease. And I start with my lid and then I will start going upwards and just patting more than like swiping. I do look up to create that line so I know where the cut crease is going to like end. But also this kind of is hard for me because I do have very hooded eyes. So if you see, part of the line when I looked up went a little bit too high up, which I didn't really like, but that happens sometimes. So I just have to be super careful with the amount I put on my eyelid before I look up. But I mean, the cut crease came out fine. I just wish it didn't go so high. And then, I start patting at the ends. I kind of explained that in my last video, just to make sure it blends out and there's not a very harsh line. Now for this part, she actually used a different palette, which I didn't notice until I had already began following her pictorial, but that's okay. And I think this is also why my look came out a little bit more blue than hers. But I'm just using, again, the shades from the Jaclyn Hill palette, which was a white shade, and this like teal glitter or like shimmer color. I'm just placing that on the outer part of my cut crease, kind of where I outlined it, and that's where I want to place this color. Next, she says to go in with this green shimmer shade, so I just place that on the rest of my eyelid where I did cut the crease. Pretty simple. I used the same brush and just patted it onto my eyelid while also making sure they're blending together and you don't see a line as far as like where one ends and the other begins. So that's what I'm doing really quick. Super simple, easy once you cut the crease, just to pat the colors on. Once I'm finished with the shimmer shade, she says to go in with this dark green shade and place it on the outer corner of my eyelid. And I'm just kind of stamping it on and then blending it out, and making sure there's no harsh lines. I think that's like the most important thing. You just want to make sure everything kind of blends together, even though they're different colors and some are shimmers, some are mattes, but you still want to make sure everything blends together. I'll pick up the other colors just to make sure, you know, I blend it and make sure everything looks how I want it to look and similar to the picture as best as I can. Next, I'm going in with these false lashes that I actually got from Shein.com. My sister actually ordered a bunch of their eyelashes, and of course she was like, you need to try these and let me know how they work, because she actually doesn't use fake eyelashes that often. So she gave me some, and I really like these ones. They're very like flirty and bold, and yeah, so then she says to do the under eye, which I did my whole face first before I do my under eye. That's just what I personally like to do. And I'm basically using all the colors that I used for, all the matte shades that I used for my eyelids, and I'm just placing that under my eye, patting first, and then I will slowly start to like blend it all out so it looks very, almost like a smoky look, but the colors aren't, I didn't do too dark of colors, so not super dramatic or anything. And lastly, the lips, I will link down below the shade, or put the shade names down below. I can't remember off the top of my head, and they're not in front of me right this second. I got this eyeliner from my first Allure beauty box, and I really like the color. It reminds me a lot of the Kylie Ice Latte. My only thing is, I'm like ride or die for Kylie's lip liners, just because they're not too smooth, but they're also not too drying, where this one is very almost hard to work with just because it's too smooth. Like it kind of moves around too easily, which I don't love because that makes it hard to work with. That means if I eat something, it's really gonna kind of get all over my lip area, if that makes sense. Where Kylie's is smooth, but it's not too smooth. Like, I can't explain it, but if you have Kylie makeup, you know what I mean. And this is the final look. I really like how the lip looks with the eye look. And I enjoyed doing my first pictorial. So thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.